Richard Burrell.
Yes, Rich. Are you okay?
It's the worst one, Doctor. It's the worst one I've ever had.
When did it start?
It's been more than a minute. I've already taken the nitro. Can I take it?
Take it right now. Is this the first one today?
First one in months. I thought it might have stopped altogether.
I wish it worked that way.
I think it's subsiding.
All right, when it does, I want to see you over here.
Tomorrow morning.
Tonight. Breathe deep for me, Rich. Keep going. Okay. How was your night?
All right. No sleep. I kept waiting for the next jolt, but thank goodness, nothing.
Rich, I think we might be able to move you out of that knock on wood category.
Something better than nitroglycerin?
We think so. It's a surgical procedure. Have a seat.
Surgical?
We're about to begin a pilot project here. The team's flying in from Detroit. They're going to handle it until we can develop our own routine. We're going to do this operation in groups of 4. I'd like to include you in the first group.
What exactly?
Disabling angina attacks, the kinds you had yesterday, are caused primarily by a blockage of circulation. This operation creates a bypass around the blockage.
How complicated is
A lot more than an appendectomy, a lot less than brain surgery. Half a dozen centers around the country have been doing these very successfully for quite a while. In your case, Rich, I couldn't advise anything more strongly.
How long would I be in the hospital?
Week to 10 days, if you pass the final test.
I thought I was a prime candidate.
You are. But we're going to have to do an angiogram first to get the total picture. Here, I'll show you what that is. See, the angiogram shows us how well the blood is flowing through these arteries in the heart. At this point, we don't know whether or not you suffered an infarction.
If I have?
It could be a minus factor, but we should do the angiogram in any case.
A week to 10 days.
Now wait. Weigh that time. Balance it against the rest of your life.
Maybe.
Maybe's the word.
I'll play.
Good. Hi, Rich. Hi. Hey. We're going to move you back to the ward. Your EKG is looking good. But, you've got a decision to make. That episode this morning told us one thing. The surgical risk is increased.
It was 4% for openers. What's it now? 25, 50%?
That's the area, yeah. On the other hand, the way your pattern is shaping up, you could have a worse heart attack within 6 months. An outside figure would be 3 years.
Let me put it in layman's language for the both of us. Richard Burrell is 50-50 dead if he goes on that operating table tomorrow morning. And he's 100-0 dead if he doesn't. But maybe not in 6 months. On that, I base my decision.
With a few refinements, you've said it.
6 months. There was a time you could have scared me with a prediction like that. But now, maybe I should take the sure thing.
Sure thing. Rich, the only sure thing is that your condition's going to get worse.
Oh. No. I was supposed to get married again. Day before yesterday, as a matter.
To that lady who thinks...
I'm out of town on business.
Don't you think it's about time she knew about this?
No, I don't. I got married very young the first time. Younger than Eve is today, as a matter of fact. And my first wife was no Eve Tanner, not in 1,000 light years. maybe that was partly my fault. But as the saying goes, Sue, who cares? I did my time, 17 years, 2 kids. It was a nightmare for all of us. So I bowed out, I cleared out. I didn't fight for the kids, I didn't fight for money. I tripled my workload, and I made it all the way. I wasn't happy. I was lonely. And then Eve came to work for me. She turned that whole thing around, you know? So, you understand what I'm saying? 6 months, for sure. Well, that's 6 months I didn't think I'd have. Maybe it's better to take that than a even chance of nothing tomorrow morning.
Rich, you're a fool if you don't go on that table tomorrow morning.
But a happy fool. There's something to be said for that.
You've heard my recommendation. All right, we're going to move you back to the ward. You've got tonight to think it over.
Thanks.
Get some rest.
That's fast along. It's still daylight. Does that
That's as happy as she can be.
away? It does.
That's as happy as she's ever going to be in your lifetime, maybe in hers.
Suppose there were a way to get from Venice to Dubrovnik by water. Besides snorkeling, don't bring up the past, Michael. It's over. No. Seriously, what I'm trying to figure out is if we do...
Michael, Richard Burrell. We'll call you right back. Honey? Paul has tracked me down because he wants me to undergo a very tricky heart operation tomorrow morning. It's to correct a blockage of an artery that could kill me in a short time.
You weren't in any Dallas?
I was in a hospital. Craig Institute. And I was going to have the surgery until they found out what the risk would be.
Why didn't you tell me?
Now that he has told you, I'm going to say something, and then I'm going to go. Rich, the coronary bypass is the best chance you have to live out your years. You could die. That factor's unremovable. Without it, you will die. Tragically. Because it's always a tragedy when a human being dies even 1 second sooner than he should, let alone 20 or 30 years. Nice meeting you, Miss Tanner. I hope to see you both tomorrow. Excuse me.
Why did you do all that lying?
Because I didn't want this to have anything to do with us. I thought 6 months, a year, what we have going.
Will be enough. For you. And what about me?
I wasn't sure. I'm just stuck with a sick man.
One day, you would have just up and died on me. What'd you think I'd do? Shrug it off? Call the insurance company? I wish we were already married. For one reason only, so I would have the undisputed right to break something over your head.
Sorry.
No, no, don't be sorry. Just give me your car keys.
Why?
Because I am driving you to that hospital, and you are going to have that operation, and we are getting married. And we are going to fly to Paris, and thence to Dubrovnik and other points of interest. But it starts with the car keys.
I'll try.
How you feeling?
You tell me.
Can you stand some good news?
Try me.
Your post-op angiogram shows two things. Your circulation is fully restored, and that ruptured artery is mending nicely.
But?
No buts. It was a little more complicated than we expected. Do you want the truth? You're not going to have any more chest pain. In fact, you'll probably outlive us all.
Doctor. Thanks for the house call.